So let's move on to the fun part, and that's the building inside and out. Alex and Xander, my first question to you is, so when David Johnson asked you to put together an original draft for a condominium community for the property we're talking about, did you think that the finished product would be what you're about to share with us?
Well, is this on? Yep. Okay, that's a great question. We pretty much went in the direction of what Dave had originally set forth in terms of building numbers. And then what was a really an enjoyable part of this is the location, as you've been saying. It's vertical height and the opportunities to view Little Traverse Bay from the different units is really an exciting opportunity for anyone that's going to end up living here.
Awesome. The next few slides we're going to be going through and seeing the incredible views from Village Heights, as well as how the buildings are arranged on the site. Can you please fill us in on the strategy behind the capturing the views and how the condos are going to have their own unique feel regarding how you're entering and leaving your condo?
Sure. The intent here is to capture the water views. And
Definitely.
And an additional thing, which is really a delightful part of this project, is that you're overviewing the Bay Harbor community. And that's really a wonderful thing, I think, to be able to be a part of both day and night, particularly in the evenings when you're in the condominium unit here, looking out at the water in the distance and looking at the lights down into the community, even down to the blue lights that are on the hotel. It's just an opportunity for just continuous enjoyment for those that end up with it.
Yeah, before you step to the next slide, I just want to piggyback on that a second. We live, so if you see the North View corridor, the North View corridor in green there, that's the Ridge condominium site where Sherry and I live. We live in Lot 10. The green area is open space. So you look at lot 7 and 8 there in the Ridge, wonder, well, isn't somebody going to build there? They're not, because we bought those properties last summer from the private owners. So that property will never be built on, will become part of the master deed, and will always be enjoyed by the owners and residents at Village Heights, as well as the northeast view corridor and the northwest view corridor. So
yeah, I mean, these are the amazing views, building by building. I think we have building 3 and 4.
Yep, 3 and 4. The arborvitae trees are 200 arborvitae trees that were replanted along Cliffs Drive.
That looks amazing now. I don't know if you've noticed, but those have moved along the US 31 now. So it really blocks off the Village Heights property from the US 31, which is awesome. Now let's take a look at the elevations of Village Heights. So Alex, do you have, I'd like to hear some notes on your design on the outside of the buildings.
Well, the intent here is for the outside to really carry a sense of the interior theme with it. And particularly this photo right here, the areas that are the terraces really are the exterior point of the great room. And that great room wall is all glass. So you get to really, once you're in that living space, it's going to be just a delight to look out across that. The detail here in the image of this building is intended to be fresh and elegant and give a overall property view of something that is well organized and associated one building to the next. I was even saying to Xander earlier today, I cannot wait to stand on one of the upper terraces.
Oh, yeah.
Where we have not only do you have a terrace off the upper level unit, but there's a stair up to the rooftop terrace. It's going to be thrilling.
And what I love about that rooftop terrace is that that's actually the highest elevation in Bay Harbor. out of all of Bay Harbor, that is the highest elevation that you can get a view, a beautiful view of Lake Michigan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah. So these next slides are going to take us through the floor plans of each unit. There really are 5 unique floor plans in each building, but for the sake of time, take us through each floor and how each floor has its own personality.
Sure. The unit that's image that's shown right now is all a one-floor living, as all the units are, but this unit has direct access to its garage. It's right level, immediate entry to the garage. So this is as close to really a private residence as you're going to find in this community. The 3 full bedrooms, just a delightful master bedroom suite. Again, here as in all the units, high ceilings, a lot of glass, light and bright, and then the great room area and the dining and kitchen are all open together for the casual lifestyle living that really is what Bay Harbor is today, as well as a very large terrace off of each of the units, which is really an important thing and not something to not give attention to, because these terraces are like 15 by 20 feet, 20 by 20 in some instances. Yeah. So what happens is you can have a delightful outdoor space that really relates very well to the interior of the unit. Now this next unit is our first floor living unit that is they're both in an east and west setting of the units. They really mirror one another. But this unit type is accessed from the grade and from the street front and has direct access to its garage. And one of the fun things about this unit is we have 3 bedrooms on the first floor, but there's a 4th bedroom up over its garage. So you have a chance to have guests and friends that might stay that can still be staying with you, but really get out of the family space for the evening time. Again, here the same thing on this unit. The kitchen, the great room, and the dining are all open together, and high ceilings, all 10-foot ceilings throughout this property. Glass from one end of the wall to the other in the great room, as well as a return glass on the corners, and again, a knockout master bedroom suite.
I really like this unit because I would love to see somebody take that upstairs bedroom and make it into a playroom, maybe a pool table, a
Game
room for the kids. I mean, it's
Bunk
spectacular.
room.
Bunk room,
Yeah.
right?
Man cave.
Yeah, man cave.
Okay, and then this is our rooftop unit, or our upper floor unit with the rooftop terrace. This unit is just a delight to me. It has a private elevator so that if guests enter at the first floor foyer, they can, without needing to ascend the stairs, they can move into the elevator and take the elevator up into the living space. Again, open living, open great room, dining, kitchen area, glass all the way across the back of the unit, and the bedroom also on the rear wall, so that bedroom can enjoy those views out to a little traverse space. And then this is the unit I was mentioning earlier that I think is just delightful, with the stair going out to a terrace above your terrace. And if you are a stargazing fan, this is the unit for you to get, because the opportunity to have a deck chair up there in the summer and lay out there and is just going to be a treat. One of the things that I love about Bay Harbor so much, what I even mentioned to Dave one time, is you can stand out in the backyard and you can look and you see satellites.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a thrilling opportunity for people that are stargazers.
Yeah, I have to agree. We live right across the street from where this is going to be built, and the views at night are incredible. Like they're urban, like you're downtown Chicago. Obviously not seeing high rises, but it is just absolutely stunning to see the lights in the evening as much as the sun sets at dusk. So a lot of fun. So Alex, I am going to ask you the next question, and these next few slides is what I'm really get excited about in Village Heights. Bay Harbor was developed before the gem car, before David Johnson made the gem car, I guess. And consequently, you walk around Bay Harbor, and there's really certainly no condominiums that were built with a gem car garage in mind, nor are there many homes. I mean, except for the later built homes. And so what's different about this is that we have a separate community garage specifically for gem cars. So you don't have to use your single stall garage as your basement. Now you have special space. So tell us what this space is and where it's located.
Well, first of all, the important thing for everyone to know that credit for the gem car garage really goes back to Jeff. He wanted to do that. He wanted to have that as part of the condominium community here, and that's really just a brilliant idea because it's easy to get to the garage space from the stairs or certainly from the first level unit. Get right in and get your gem car and then drive into the village or to the yacht club or wherever your destination might be. And there is a space for every unit as well as storage units down there. And it's just a real special feature that you don't see in condominiums, and particularly giving consideration to that lifestyle, and which is a huge part of the Bay Harbor community, which we've talked about a little bit already, is that gem car is really the lifestyle of moving around in the community once you're in here. And so that it just brings another dimension to these buildings that is just going to be a delight to be a homeowner and be a part of.
And this garage is located on the first floor, which would be just south of the first floor, the 652 we call it, or the Marina Walk level.
Right, that's where that first floor unit really has all the advantages in terms of a convenient lifestyle. You can get you walk directly into your garage from the unit, you can walk directly into the gem car garage, you're out to your terrace, and it's just a delightful unit, and I think it's going to be
And these doors in here, we've got private lock storage for your bicycles, your golf clubs, and other, off-season toys. So really great space, really proud of this space.
Yeah, definitely. We heard a little bit about the 21 detached garages earlier. Garage storage is at a premium in and around Bay Harbor. So let's take a look at these garages and what is special about these garages.
Well, one of the things what we wanted to do here architecturally was to give them a sense of individuality. Definitely. And we did that through having a private entrance door as well as an overhead door. So there's what we call classically a man door, almost a foyer, a front porch and a foyer if you want to use that as a definition, and then the garage space beyond the door itself. And also what we've done as a part of the team effort here that came to come up with the central we have, where you see a typical 4 unit garage space right now, those center 2 units are also available with a higher ceiling that people can have a garage storage space, so they can actually keep a couple vehicles in there.
Yeah, so those 2 centers, so I call it a fourplex. So in the first phase of construction, there'll be 12 garages built. So there'll be 3 of what you're seeing on the screen here, with the exception that we just made this change last week. The 2 middle ones, we said, well, what about putting a electric hoist, a rotary electric hoist, and you could stack 2 cars at the same garage? Well, we can do that by raising the 2 middle roofs, and or it will have a 10-foot tall garage and by 9 feet, so you could put a Sprinter high-rise van in there, for instance, as well. So it's going to have a lot of flexibility and great space for storage of important toys.